All right, what is going on, guys? It is November 20th, about 7:30 a.m. right now. It's been a minute since I've made a YouTube video, but I did a Q&A the other day, and we have about 100 questions to go through. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Instead of answering these on my Instagram story, I'll just make a YouTube video, take you guys through my day, and maybe start to do 2 YouTube videos a week again and go through these questions on YouTube. That way I can kind of go more in depth and explain the answers a little bit more. And it just gives me content to put on YouTube as well. But to start, I woke up at about 6:30, made some coffee, took the dog out to the bathroom. Now we're here about to go do some cardio, but I guess let's start this off with answering one of these questions. I'm just gonna be going through pretty much all of them. So the first question, what is your staple meal for a bulk? I don't have a staple meal for a bulk. I don't know why everybody tends to separate bulking meals and cutting meals. I eat the exact same foods whenever I'm cutting, whenever I'm bulking. It's just whenever I'm bulking, I eat it in a larger quantity. Whenever I'm cutting, I eat obviously a smaller quantity of food because I'm trying to lose weight. You don't really need to have cutting foods and bulking foods, right? It honestly just makes things more difficult in the long run because you don't know how your gut microbiome and all that shit is going to react to new foods being put in, and then you start dealing with stomach issues and stuff like that. And a lot of people just use bulking as an excuse to eat shittier, higher calorie foods. That's ultimately going to mess their gut up and then give them more problems down the road. A lot of people complain about how they can't eat enough food whenever they're bulking, but they eat a bunch of bullshit that makes it so that they're constipated and don't shit as much as they should be. Their metabolism isn't going as well as it should be, and so therefore they struggle to eat. Versus if they just ate clean foods in their bulk, then they wouldn't deal with that. Their metabolism would be good, and they would be hungry throughout the day. So yeah, I don't have cutting foods and bulking foods. I just eat the same thing year round, just different quantities depending on what I'm doing. So I'm gonna finish this coffee up, go do cardio, and then just be answering these questions throughout the day. We're gonna be hitting some chest and triceps today. I gotta go to Best Buy because I have this little camera that I like to use for like YouTube videos and stuff for vlogging, but it won't turn on and it won't charge. So hopefully they can fix it, or it's like just the battery or something and not the whole ass camera. So yeah, let's do it. And then one more thing before I go that I wanted to say is this drink that I use in the morning, right? It's for my gut health. It brings up like your stomach acidity because a lot of people struggle with low stomach acid, but they don't even really realize it. So it is 1 fluid ounce of apple cider vinegar, 2 fluid ounces of aloe vera juice, the whole leaf one, and then 2 ounces of this Santa Cruz organic pure lemon juice. And then I fill up the rest of this shaker with water, flavored EAAs, and then 15 grams of L-glutamine. And along with that and a probiotic that helps my gut a ton. I was on an anti-acid medication prescribed by my doctor for like 3 years straight. Finally got off of it and feel 10 times better, but this helps me a ton. And also don't mind the mess that you can see here, all right? Part of what I have to do today is clean my apartment out. I wasn't about to clean it just for the video because I feel like that's what a lot of people would do to make themselves seem like they have this perfect life or whatever. Most of the time, I have shit laying around, but it's where I want it and it's stuff that I'm grabbing and sitting down a lot, so I don't see the point in putting it away and making it like look nice in a little drawer or something for no fucking reason when I'm using it all day. So that just doesn't make sense to me, but we're gonna clean up a bit today because I do think that having a nice organized space is good, but you know, over the week as you kind of do that thing where you set things down because you're using them, it piles up and then you got to re-clean. So, and I'm gonna answer one more question before I go down since I'm already on here. Why do you think my ex still watches my social media even though they broke up with me? That's kind of a tough one to answer because I'd probably need more context to the situation, like why you guys broke up and stuff, because it could be multiple things. It could be that, you know, he's still low-key kind of in love with you. A lot of people will make the mistake of breaking up with someone because of their emotions in the moment, and then after, you know, a month goes by, 2 months goes by, they're like, oh fuck, I fucked up, I shouldn't have broke up with them. I broke up with them maybe because if it was a guy experiencing, you know, lust in the moment, and I wanted something that I can't have because I have a girlfriend, and I went after that and realized, oh shit, it was actually really nice having a girlfriend, so now he's stalking your Instagram. That could be a reason. And if it's a woman doing that, it could be a very similar thing. A lot of times women will leave their boyfriend because they kind of fall out of love with him or whatever, and they go after some other guy that they thought was gonna be way better, and it ends up not being all that. And so then they're stalking their ex's stuff because they're, you know, reminiscing. So could be a couple different things, but yeah, off to cardio. All right, so 35 minutes, fasted cardio, done. Fucking sucked as usual, but whatever, we got through it. I do 5 days a week, so I try to do Monday through Friday. Every now and then throughout the week, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll get that little bitch voice inside my head and be like, why don't we just skip today? You know, we can just push it off through Saturday, but then it just fucks everything up. So didn't do that, but making breakfast right now. Got 2 eggs, 60 grams of oats, 100 grams of blueberries, and a scoop of protein powder in the oats. So I'm excited to eat that. And we're gonna get to another question here. How do I overcome my fear of being judged in the gym and being made a joke on someone else's TikTok video? So basically, that's pretty fucking simple. Just don't do anything that you know is fucked up. A lot of times people will do shit that they know is stupid or they know they shouldn't be doing in order to get views and stuff like that. And so that's why they're self-conscious, because they know deep down inside they shouldn't be doing it, but they want to get those views to satisfy their ego. Just make sure that you're not doing anything that doesn't align with your morals and values, because then if somebody does put you in their video and make fun of you or some shit, you can back it up because you know deep down that it was completely fine, there's nothing wrong with it. And at the end of the day, fuck anybody else's opinion. Who really gives a shit if they make fun of you for what you're doing? You know, a couple years ago, whenever I was recording myself in the gym, I'm sure people made fun of me. And I didn't really have any followers, wasn't making a lot of money from it for anything. Now I drive this car, I have this dog, I got an apartment to myself, and I make a lot of people's yearly income in like 2 months, which is pretty fucking awesome. All because I said fuck it a couple years ago and didn't give a shit what other people thought of me when I was recording myself in the gym. Going to boot camp in less than a month, what advice could you give me? Honestly, that just go day by day, week by week. Don't think about the end at all. Just get through the days. It's not that bad physically, it's mostly mental. You got any advice for boot camp?
Have fun.
Yeah, and have fun. It's a good time. You're going to enjoy it, and you're going to build a lot of character while you're there. So next question, do you believe in finding the right person but at the wrong time? Yeah, 100%. You know, constantly as we go through our lives, we're going through different seasons, different stages. Some stages we're going through a period of mental growth where we have to just buckle down and go through some form of struggle and adversity that helps us to grow and become a better person. And sometimes when we're going through that, having someone else in our life, you know, because whenever you have a relationship, that person is now a part of your life. It's a responsibility. You have to make sure you're doing your part to take care of them as well. You're not just two individuals. Your lives are intertwined now, and you're there to take care of each other. And if you're trying to go through this struggle and adversity and everything, then do you need through here? Okay, I didn't know if you need to walk through. If you're trying to go through this struggle and adversity and you don't have the mental capacity and the capability of overcoming that stress and also taking care of someone else, you know, it might not be the right time. You're not giving them what they need. They're going to feel like they're left alone and they're not loved or cared for because you're trying to get through the shit you're going through and you're just not capable at the time of giving them what they need. So yeah, definitely you can be at a point in your life where it's just not the right time for that person. You know, maybe if you were at a point where you were stable, had everything sorted out, and that same person came into your life, things would work out. But if you're going through that period of growth where you can't handle having someone else in your life and give them what they need, it's not fair to them either. So yeah, that can definitely happen. But I am going to get to making my breakfast now. This is what I always do whenever I record these videos. I get too caught up in talking and then I don't do the shit I need to do. All right, so just finished up breakfast. We got 2 eggs, 60 grams of oats, 100 grams of blueberries. I use this salted caramel first form protein in there. It tastes pretty fucking good. And then 6 ounces of apple juice. So pretty simple breakfast. My eggs, I literally just go like this. What to do when you see your ex every day and she's disrespectful on purpose. But honestly, with people like that, the best thing you can do is ignore them, because people that are going out of their way to disrespect you, typically they're seeking some sort of validation through your reaction. So the best thing you can do is not give that reaction, because you reacting to them being disrespectful is showing them that you care about their opinion of you enough to react. So if you don't give them any form of reaction, that means they're so insignificant. It's like an ant making fun of it's like an ant or an insect making fun of you for being stupid or something. Like, you're a fucking bug. I don't give a fuck what you say to me. You know what I mean? If you don't give them that reaction, that's kind of how they're now feeling. And they're probably going to then try even harder to annoy you or disrespect you. And as you continuously ignore them, they're going to get more and more frustrated with it. Just ignore, smile, move on. That's the best way to annoy people who are disrespecting you like that. And honestly, at the end of the day, if you're confident enough in yourself, you shouldn't care about anything that they're saying to you. Because like I said, if you have that image of yourself, then you view yourself as a prize, as a trophy, as someone that's better than them for not having to react to their disrespect. And therefore, they're just insignificant to your life and you don't care about their opinion enough to care. Next question, have you ever used Tren? How did you feel and how is the effect on your body? Yes, I have used Tren before a couple times. First time I used Tren was pretty fucking awesome. That was the time that I felt it the most. I definitely felt that big ego, kind of like God complex type thing, super confident in myself, and I felt very driven and focused on like business and stuff like that. You know, I felt like I had all these ideas and I just wanted to work and work and work. Definitely stopped caring about my girlfriend a lot, which was not good. And then the second time I used it was a lot less, like severe. I didn't really notice it quite as much. I just felt like kind of like a confidence boost, felt very confident. Well, yeah, no shit, confident, because I had a confidence boost. Felt good about myself, that ambitious, but not really so much of like a God complex, right? Felt really driven in the gym, aggressive, but not, you know, all the crazy side effects that a lot of people talk about. Honestly, I really like Tren, especially at a lower dose, just because it feels pretty good. So I'm gonna eat the rest of this breakfast and then carry on with my day and keep answering these as we go. All right, so it's 11:30 right now. We just got back from the store. We had to run to Best Buy, like I said, because that small camera that I have wasn't charging or turning on, and we tried buying a new battery there, but I put it in. Luckily, I tried the battery out before we left and it still didn't turn on, and then they tried to charge it there and the charging light still didn't turn on. So I just grabbed the new camera for now and we'll send that other one in to hopefully get fixed soon, and then maybe I'll just like sell it or some shit. But I wanted to get that because it's a lot easier to record for these YouTube videos and stuff while I'm out walking or, you know, in the car or whatever the fuck, rather than using this big ass camera, because I'll show you, because like this camera is really big. It's, I guess you can't see if I turn it sideways. This camera is pretty large, so I can't really like hold it like this to record while I'm walking. And then I'm also eating my pre-workout meal right now, which is going to be 90 grams of cream of rice. I used the Cinnabon flavored. It's actually cream of wheat, not cream of rice, but basically the same thing. And then 50 grams protein from First Form's Cinnamon Toast Crunch protein, which is absolutely delicious in here. And then 10 grams of honey. Basically, your goal for your pre-workout meal is going to be fast digesting carbs, protein, and little to no fat. And you want to eat that about an hour before you lift. So we'll be looking at getting to the gym about 12:30ish. Today's chest day, my favorite fucking day of the week. I love chest. And then I also got in the mail my package from First Form, which I had their Alpha Surge, which is their pump product, which I'm gonna put in my pre-workout. So it's looking like it's gonna be a really good lift. Let's get 2 more questions in real quick before I eat this. What are a few good exercises for hamstrings? I feel like everything I do doesn't work. So exercises for hamstrings, you guys need to understand all you need to do is stick to the basic exercises. There's no magic exercise that you're ever gonna do that's going to do anything special. All these influencers out there that say, do these exercises to grow this or that. No, you just need the basic ones, okay? Like, that's all you need, and enough food. If you're not growing, either you're not going hard enough in the gym with your lifts and you're not pushing yourself, or you're not eating enough food. So for hamstrings, lying hamstring curls, seated hamstring curls, single leg standing hamstring curls, or RDLs. Those are really all you need for your hammies to grow them. And on top of that, obviously eating enough food to make sure that you're actually growing. Next question. She says she likes me, but I'm too nice. What does that mean? What do I do? So here's the thing. Whenever a woman is being attracted to a man, right, she's looking for certain qualities subconsciously, you know, that you can protect her and provide for her, not just, you know, financially and materially, but provide for her mentally and emotionally. You can kind of take care of business and keep stress off of her back. So if you're too nice to her, that's kind of indicating that you don't have a backbone. You're not willing to stand up for yourself. You're not willing to hurt her feelings in order to, you know, be honest and true. You're being a nice guy. You're giving her whatever she wants. So that means that whenever the time comes, if you're in a situation where you need to get shit done, and that means not being nice, she can't rely on you to do that because you're showing that you're a nice guy. So you need to be real. It doesn't mean being a dick. It just means being kind and maybe not being afraid to say things that are like a little bit edgy or not nice or she might take offense to. Just being true to yourself and showing you're not afraid to be you, you know, because a lot of guys are afraid to be themselves. They subconsciously kind of monitor what they're saying to women, and that ends up coming out as them being too nice. And whenever it comes to like doing favors and stuff for her like that, you know, you don't want to be randomly doing that kind of shit, because then she's already getting boyfriend treatment from a guy that she can just have as a friend, and she doesn't have to give anything in return. So whenever you're too nice, she's going to put you in the friend zone because she's getting all the boyfriend stuff, but she doesn't have to give anything in return, and she also doesn't need to risk losing you by dating you, and you're probably not sexually attracting her because of the stuff that I said before. So she's kind of attracted to you just as a friend, not as a boyfriend. But yeah, I'm going to eat this pre-workout meal real quick so we can get going to the gym here in about 45 minutes. Let's take a bite. Literally amazing as always. So I'm gonna eat this. Alrighty, so next, one of the most important steps of the day, making the pre-workout. So first I use First Form's Project 1. This is the higher caffeine pre-workout just because I like to have a lot of caffeine in me. I like being all, fucking stimmed out and shit. While I'm doing this, I will go over some of these questions as well. Let's see here. No question, but I love your content. Thank you very much. I appreciate it a ton. You get a lot of those. Next one, what time do you get up at usually for a productive day? So usually I try to get up at about 6:30, 7 at the latest. Just kind of depends on the day, because technically, I work for myself, so I don't really have to get up at a certain time, but I prefer getting up early and starting the day early. I feel like it's how we were meant to live, because I feel a lot better, and I feel like most people feel a lot better whenever they're getting up earlier and going to bed at a decent time. Now, a lot of people, they lack purpose in their lives, so it feels shitty waking up in the morning. If you have a life that you enjoy waking up to, and you have things that you're working towards that you're passionate about, I enjoy waking up in the morning. I can't wait to get started with the day and everything, which obviously is pretty easy for me to say because I do something that I love, but getting to this point was not easy. It took a lot of work, a lot of effort, and I never really thought that I would get to this point, but I did. I built it. And you can too. It's just, it takes effort, it takes a lot of work. So with that being said, I'm also putting in First Form's Megawatt. So this is a lower caffeine pre-workout, and it has more like nootropics in it for like the mental side of focus and everything. Put that in there. But yeah, so I get up at about 6:30. That gives me enough time to wake up, do fasted cardio, take the dog out before that, and then eat breakfast at a decent time where it's early enough so I'm not cramming my meals in throughout the day. Next question, tips on relying on yourself without a support system, male, 25 years old. So in order to get to a point in your life where you rely on yourself, you need to begin setting goals for yourself and then actively working towards achieving those goals to prove to yourself that you can rely on yourself. A lot of people want confidence, they want to believe they're independent, this, that, and the other, but they never actually prove it to themselves. You have to look at yourself almost as two different people. If you're constantly setting goals and telling yourself you're going to do things, and you never actually do them, you never follow through on those goals, how would you view a whole other person that you were doing that with? You know what I mean? You had a friend that was constantly saying they were going to do things for you, help you with things, and they never followed through ever. You wouldn't trust them. You probably wouldn't be friends with them anymore. Well, that's how you are with yourself if you're not following through with the goals you set for yourself, and you'll never become independent. So as far as getting to a point where you can rely on yourself, first and foremost, you need to prove to yourself that you can rely on yourself, okay? You need to start following through on the things you're telling yourself you're gonna do. If you don't have any goals in your life, you're just kind of floating through life right now, start to set some small goals for yourself. Start reading every day, start journaling, start going to the gym if you're not already. Make a, small meal plan for yourself, or even just start out with trying to hit your macros daily, but start to prove to yourself, this is salt by the way, start to prove to yourself that you can rely on yourself. And then begin learning to question things and critically think for yourself rather than being spoon-fed information. Learn how to research things and look things up. I'm so amazed. Some people don't even know what to type into Google or YouTube in order to find the answers to the things they want to find, because it's not a question that can be answered with just asking that question, if you know what I mean. They have to ask something else in order to kind of lead them to that, but they don't know how to do that. You need to learn how to think through these processes and think for yourself and draw conclusions on your own in order to become independent as well. You know what I mean? You have to look back at your past experiences. We all have past experiences, right? We all live life, but a lot of people don't analyze their past experiences and never form conclusions or learn lessons from those past experiences, so they never even become better. A bad past experience doesn't always have to be bad if you were able to withdraw a lesson from it that helps you become better in the future, because if you never went through that bad experience and learned that lesson, then you're still going to probably have to go through it later in life, or maybe even, go through something similar but worse. So be happy that you learned the lesson. It's just take the time to analyze the situation and learn that lesson. Show yourself you can be relied upon and start to teach yourself the skills that you need in order to rely on yourself and be an independent man. All right, but that's the pre-workout, man. Like I said, I use the Alpha Surge, which is the pump, the Megawatt, which is the nootropic, mind focus shit, and then Project 1, which is the higher caffeine. Then I'm gonna put 2 cubes of ice in here, and then we're gonna leave for the gym. And also, if I'm a little bit brain dead today, I'm cutting right now, a little bit low on energy. After my workout, I'll probably be really high on energy, you'll see, and during my lift. But right now, leading up to it, usually I'm a little bit dead, a little bit brain dead. I sound kind of like a retard, but it is what it is. hopefully I'm answering these questions pretty well, but I'll see you guys in I don't know why I just did that, in a bit. Yeah, it might be a little bit douchey, but you know what? I fucking love the sound, and a lot of other people do too, so I figured, fuck it, give you guys a little cold start. But I'm heading to the gym right now, so let's fucking go. All right, so first thing that I have on chest day is going to be an incline press. I was doing Smith machine for a while, but I found this incline press machine, and it feels really fucking good. So I just did a warm-up set with 1 plate on each side of 10 reps, then like 4 reps with 2, and then I'm going to feel this 3 plates on each side. See how that feels. I'm going to do 2 working sets. We're going to be aiming for like 8 to 10 reps for the first one, and then using that same plate and going to failure. And to answer the next question, have you ever had a friend who hit severe rock bottom? What can you do to help them? And yes, I have. My roommate actually is a guy I was in the Marines with. I've known him for like 6 years, and whenever he got out, he just kind of started smoking weed, not really doing much with his life, and kind of, yeah, like hit rock bottom, wasn't making any money. His parents were having help with rent and everything, and I went out of my way to like help him a ton. Like I'd wake up at 5 a.m. just to help him get up in the morning and be there by his side to help him get through things. Right now, I'm helping him pay for his groceries so that he can stay on playing with his coach and stuff, and he's gonna pay me back later. So I do go out of my way to try to help him as much as I can, but you can only help someone who's willing to help themselves. And that's kind of a lesson that I had to learn along the way, is that some people aren't ready to be helped yet, and there's nothing that you can do about that. And that's another big reason why I like to pursue being the best version of myself, so that I can help my friends in situations like that. Like right now, I can help him pay for his groceries because I spend time making my money, so. All right, so 3 plates is a little bit light, so I put on another one. Gonna do the working set with 4 plates, and that should be enough to get about 8 to 10 and hit failure. So next thing I do for chest is going to be a flat press. I use this flat press machine. As you've probably noticed, I stick to a lot of machines just because like bench press and stuff like that fucks my shoulders up. So yeah, we're going to be doing 2 sets on this flat press here. And I already did the feeders and all that and found my working set weight, going for about 8 to 10 reps again. And to go on to the next question here, we got thoughts on HGH plus 500 tests as a first cycle. I would not do anything other than just testosterone for your first cycle, because let's say you notice some side effects like you're lethargic throughout the day and really tired. You're not going to know if that's coming from your estrogen being high because of the testosterone, or if it's coming from the HGH, because I get tired from HGH. So let's say I did my first cycle with just testosterone and I had to take a little bit of aromasin to bring my estrogen down to feel right. Now I know, okay, that's how I feel good on testosterone. Then that second cycle you throw in the HGH, but then you get lethargic again. Then I know, okay, I felt fine on this testosterone and aromasin doses the last cycle, and the only thing new is HGH, so that must be what's making me lethargic. Of course, pairing that with blood work. So yeah, always just stick with testosterone for your first cycle, then slowly add in things from there so that you can get a baseline for how you feel on different compounds. And one more question real quick for the set. Are guys afraid of girls being upfront about what they're looking for? No, I would say not. I think that for a lot of guys, a girl being upfront about what she's looking for is a sign of confidence and something they want to hear. That way they're not wasting your time and you're not wasting theirs as well. But you also have to be aware that, you know, if you tell a guy you're only looking for a relationship and he's only looking to hook up, he's probably gonna lie to you and just act like he's looking for a relationship so he can hook up with you and ditch you. And that's why as a woman, you also need to be able to look out for signs of those douchebag type guys that are gonna lie to you about that kind of thing. All right, let's get after this set. So you can see whenever I'm doing these, I don't have my elbows flared all the way out because it's gonna put more tension on the shoulder. I keep them slightly tucked and I get that full stretch all the way back whenever I'm doing this. So. Alrighty guys, so it's about 3:30 right now. Just got back from the gym, jamming out right now. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but yeah, so finished up the workout. It got held up a little bit because someone started talking to me and it lasted a long time. So, you know, the pre-workout was kind of gone by the end of the lift. Man, my brain feels like shit. I feel retarded, but all right, let's get two of these questions out of the way. What is the hardest lesson you've learned with bodybuilding? Oh man, where to even start? Okay, so first and foremost, that, you know, if you don't stick to your plan 100%, you're probably going off plan a lot more than you think. So my first 2 years of bodybuilding, you know, in growing phases and stuff, I didn't take it as serious as a prep, right? Because prep felt like game time, off season felt like off season. You know, oh, as long as I hit my macros, this, that, and the other. But those little days add up over time that you don't hit your calories. You know, 2 days out of a week, sorry, like I said, my brain is like mush right now. If you don't hit your calories, let's say in a growing phase, 2 days out of every week, that like 200 or 300 calories that you missed out on twice a week adds up over a year to a lot of calories and a lot of muscle not gained. So if you want to make the most progress possible for the average person, you need to be 100% on plan pretty much year round. I mean, excluding maybe a cheat meal once a week whenever you're growing or something like that, but you need to have things dialed in. Also learned, you know, PEDs do a lot less than a lot of people think. You know, your first cycle, second cycle, sure, it's going to feel like they do a lot, and they probably do a lot, do a lot for those first cycle, for that first cycle, second cycle, because you're introducing, you know, something new that is causing growth to your body, but eventually your body adapts, and now you need to get everything else locked in, and the gains are going to come slower. So, and just that, you know, if you want to go pro, if you want to go far in bodybuilding, it's going to take a lot longer than you really think. A lot of us see like genetic anomalies online, or we see people that are 10 years into their journey, but we're seeing that last part. We didn't see the first 10 years, and we're thinking that they did, you know, that they got to where they are in 2 years or whatever. Like I said, sorry, I'm stumbling on my words and stuff right now. My brain feels really stupid. And so we're thinking that they got there a lot faster than they did, but because we aren't seeing that first 10 years that they were lifting and shit. So if you want to go pro and you want to like take this shit actually far, it's going to take longer than you think, and you just need to accept the fact that this is your lifestyle now. Next question, how to shift your mindset to ground your masculine energy when you are prone to being reactive. So if you're prone to being reactive, and this is from a chick that's trying, I think, to not be as masculine, not be reactive and stay calm and stuff like that. Usually whenever people are extremely reactive to situations and they can't kind of control their temper or control their response to a situation, it's something internal. You're having some kind of defensive mechanism go off, probably due to some kind of insecurity or something like that. So you need to do some kind of internal healing and start to show yourself that there's no need to just react really quickly to things, and it pays off in the long run to take your time, let things digest and sink in, and also just coming to a deeper understanding of how much your emotions can influence your thinking in a certain situation, and that you literally aren't viewing a situation, you literally are not thinking correctly whenever your emotions are heightened. Like, coming to that realization, like not just understanding it and knowing it, because you can know it, but having like a profound understanding of that makes it so that whenever you're emotional, you're like, okay, I can't think straight right now. I need to just like take myself out of the situation so that then I can think straight. And I think that after you've made enough mistakes and made emotion-based decisions enough times, and you've had to pay the consequences for them, you kind of start to learn that. You burn your hand on a stove enough times, you're gonna learn, okay, don't touch the fucking stove when it's hot, right? That kind of thing. Negative reinforcement, that's what it's called. So I think just kind of as you learn that, and as you start to be more aware of when you're emotional and how different you think when you're emotional, as you build that awareness and reflect on those situations, you'll stop being as reactive as a result. But I'm gonna go inside and eat, then we're gonna walk the dog, and then I'll probably get to some more questions and shit. Alrighty guys, so it's actually been a minute since the last clip that I recorded. It is now 7:50 in the afternoon. Basically what happened was, got home from the gym, I ate 360 grams of rice with 6 ounces of shrimp. Then my girlfriend came over and she had a bad day at work, so I wanted to take her to go buy some of these little slippers I thought she'd look cute in. So she didn't expect to be able to do that, but we go to these like Uggs, and then I took her to get some Chick-fil-A, and you know, if you got a girlfriend, instant way to solve really any issues is Chick-fil-A, and maybe buying some like shoes or surprising her with something small. Because the thing with women is, right, their emotions, they come on quick, they come on strong, but they can be dissipated, I believe is the word. They can be made to go away just as easy as long as you don't also overreact and get emotional, and you just be a fucking man, do your job, take care of her, and then she's happy. And if you do that for her, she, if she's, you know, a good woman, will be a feminine woman for you, take care of you with all of your needs. And it's this very nice push and pull, give and take type thing that happens.